Yo, you know what? Just listen.
A new law is cracking down on who can obtain a driver's license in Tennessee. You must be a lawful U.S. citizen and speak English to maintain a license.
Sierra Rucker takes a closer look at the changes.
Lawmakers say the concern is people getting behind the wheel without the proper documentation, leading to safety concerns for Tennessee drivers. But a new law is cracking down on who can get a driver's license and a plate.
And this is just an important step in tightening the noose around this illegal immigration issue.
House Bill 1708 requires proof of U.S. citizenship or being a lawful resident of the United States before issuing registration of a vehicle or license plate.
It's really important for the safety of Tennesseans to be able to make it as difficult as possible. And hopefully that discouragement by not being able to get that license will discourage them from driving.
Right now, you can get a license plate in the state without a driver's license. According to the state, acceptable forms of identification include a check stub and work ID, and for proof of residency, a utility bill and bank statements.
This is just one additional way to ensure that folks who are getting identification are in fact either here with some sort of either citizenship or legal residency.
Another section of the bill requires applicants to be able to read and speak English.
Anyone could, in fact, get a driver's license, but it would be a restricted license for the first year. And then they would have up to 1 year to come back and take the test in written English. And that's really just important because our road signs are in English.
The state offers the test in several languages, including Spanish, Korean, German, and Japanese. Local immigration lawyer Terry Olson says this new law is putting us back in history.
I would just like everyone to understand that I think that we're changing 30 years of growth.
Olson says this change will hurt our state economically and relationships with international businesses, also disagreeing with the claim that drivers must be able to read English.
And my response is someone whose wife is actually Taiwanese, who has actually driven cars in Taiwan. Honestly, symbols are symbols now. Red is red, green is green. These are all international symbols.
The law takes effect in January of 2027. As for the future of immigration laws in the state, Olson says he's concerned. And you can read this full bill over on our website. You can also see those new requirements you'll need at the DMV. Reporting in Chattanooga for Local 3 News, I'm Sierra Rucker.
I'm going to say this. If you're a foundational Black American, be not afraid and be not worried, because this does not affect you. Remember when Frank Zanu said that Black Americans had no culture because we had no customs that we all as a community had that held us together? We had not a common language that held us all together. Well, it seems like right now, the English is that common language, sir, that's holding all us together here at home, while they're, as I told all of you, are now setting all the precedent for the stage to everything that happened after the Civil Rights era when they started importing cheap labor.
Asian American businesses have been operating in Black communities for 60 years. I'll say it again. The Civil Rights Act passed in 1964, and the United States opened the door to Asian immigration in 1965 to put immigrants in the way of Black people. And this idea that the tension between business owners and customers is one of mutual cultural misunderstanding that could be overcome if they just got to know each other better, the time for that has long passed. And as I've said before, the problem with framing the misunderstanding as mutual is where one demographic owns the businesses and the other demographic has to pay. There's no mutuality. There is a power imbalance. The only situation that I could see being beneficial at this point would require Asian Americans to be willing to leverage their ability to secure the business loans, to secure supplier accounts, and to attain business licenses, to open in Black communities specifically to hire Black people to work in the businesses and to provide the professional development opportunities so that Black people can become the leadership in the businesses in their communities. But I don't have a lot of hope that Asian Americans are willing to do that because the Asian American business owners that we see currently are not even willing to treat their Black customers as human. So I fully support Black people boycotting these problematic businesses in their community. And I want to say that I think another thing that non-Black people aren't aware of is that it is not as simple as boycotting the businesses and putting them out of business and then opening your own to compete. Because the system will find ways to still not give them the loans or rezone them so they can't open a business or not grant the business licenses. And suppliers are literally conspiring against Black people who have managed to open a business in their own community to not supply to them because they don't want Black people competing with the Asian American owned businesses in the community. So I wish that I had more to offer in the way of solutions, but I really don't. But please do not gaslight Black people with respect to what the issue is.
That Barbara Jordan, the Democrat, warned us about, the bill that Bill Clinton buried.
We have concluded that a properly regulated legal immigration system is in the national interest. We support the basic framework of current policy, but I said properly regulated, and I mean that. Immigration is not a right guaranteed by the U.S. Constitution to everyone anywhere in the world who thinks they want to come to the United States. Immigration is a privilege. It is a privilege granted by the people of the United States to those we choose to admit. But this is not a mere favor that we grant to people because we're generous. We're a generous nation, yes, but administration is in our national interest. We admit that. It is in our national interest to unite families and create economic growth and protect those who flee persecution.
It's all spinning the block now. And all these groups and their anti-Black American sentiment.
You want to blame everybody else. You see this whole Cyrus case and Mr. Chow? None of this would have happened if you motherfuckers raised your fucking kids right. That fucking little boy witnessed some of his business.
I am a college-educated woman. I hold a master's degree in information technology management. My son was not a thug. He was a 14-year-old boy who was trying to find his way. And for any person that acts like when they were 14, 15, 16, 17, that they did not do nothing wrong, that they did not smoke and drink and do and have sex and do whatever that they were not supposed to do by their parents, it is a lie. And it is judgmental, and I refuse to allow any of you to sit up there and make it seem like we were bad parents because we were not. My son loved everybody. He would tell me like, oh, Mom, you're being judgmental. You shouldn't do that. That's against God. And the devil shot him dead, and he laid right there. And we got no justice from South Carolina.
Amount of times that I will always and forever say that I hate. Oh my God, I hate. Like, I hate y'all. Like, you, like, I don't. Oh, we were slaves, this and that. I don't give a. Like, for a reason, you guys were slaves. You guys don't know anything better than to steal. Like, oh my God. Like, I was literally eating food with my friend. He had his, oh my God, like, I don't know, por Dios, por gracias de Dios, I had my wallet next to me, like, my whole purse, and those, like, that little small ass decided not to steal my wallet. Oh my God, I would have grabbed my heel and, like, whooped the out of that ass.
Oh, there was no black jurors. You know why? Because you can't be unbiased, you dumb If you answer the question, I can't send a black man to jail because he's black, you're not getting on the jury. You're so unintelligent, you can't even fill out a form correctly. You don't even know who your daddy is because 78% of you don't have your father in the home anymore. You got baby mamas running around with 8 kids so they can get EBT cards to feed you all. You think I'm being racist? No, I'm being real. Because it ain't only black people. White people do the same shit. I'll call them out just as hard as I'll call you out. Anybody who doesn't work, who wants free government handouts, who wants to live in a socialistic society, move to Russia. And normally, I don't normally attack people like this, but I have been cooped up and caged up and this anger. And this is something I'm trying to work on. I need to develop it and funnel it into a more constructive way. But tonight is the one time I'm going to allow myself, it's okay. Tonight, I'm going to allow myself to say what I really want to say. Because most of the time, I don't say what I want to say because it's not correct. Just because you think something doesn't mean you believe it. Doesn't make it right. Doesn't make it wrong. Doesn't make it a fact.
Yaqi, why do you still sell the wine, the pork, when you know Allah forbids it? What's your excuse? You worse than swine. You worse than pigs. You got lottery here, pork here. You're not going to be allowed to continue. The law of Islam is over America. It is over any government. La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu. But anta tabi'a khanzir wa khamr. And you say Allah. Yeah. You think it's a game? Yeah, it's a game. It's a game to you to exploit black people. It's a game to you to sell them pork and wine and to say you're Muslim, to rely on the relationship of Islam to protect your butt. You cannot pay the gangs out here enough money to protect your store. We'll close you up. Your mouth, your heart, your lungs. It's coming. It is coming. The Deen of Islam gonna raise his head. Y'all be ashamed of yourself. But you have no shame, for you don't fear Allah. And Allah is going to deal with you in this life and in hereafter. And his servants going to deal with you in this life. You can count on it. The Ummah Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam going to raise his head and going to hit the snake wherever he see it. Get ready for it.
It's so funny when people can't tell I'm African because I'm actually one of the bushest Africans there are, fun fact.
Some people can't tell because you're cosplaying a culture you have nothing to do with. Welcome to the Cosplay Hour, where they try to look like us, talk like us, and claim to be proud of their culture.
Y'all know what my biggest flex is? It's not even materialistic shit. It's that I'm motherfucking African. That's my biggest flex.
If being African is a flex, why do you tell us it's a flex while looking and talking like us? They can't stop cosplaying. They can't stop cosplaying.
The way that Black America treats Africans is completely uncalled for.
Explain my part, and you still don't get it. Oh, he's still cosplaying? Alright, cool, that's you. You feel me? Like, I don't know what about me just scream like, oh, he's cosplaying.
They can't stop cosplaying. They can't stop cosplaying.
Capilla, man, what's going on?
What's going on?
Yeah, what's poppin'?
You know they speak good English, like normal Nigerian English.
How far now?
Where are you from?
I'm from America, but my people Nigerian. What's good?
Africa's a beautiful place to live, and Africa is probably the only place that you can go and start over and be accepted, treated like kings and queens. So not too much on Africa. The African disrespect by Black America needs to stop. And yes, I'm talking about it. Clock that.
Hey, Black community. How's that Asian boycott working out for you, man? I mean, I've been watching it online, how y'all gonna stop dealing with this Asian establishments and so on and so on. So that leads me to wonder to all these women where they're gonna get their hair from, their eyelashes, and where they're gonna get their nails and feet done. You know, and so on and so on. You know, where you're going to get your Nike sneakers from and all that other shit. You know, I'm trying to figure it out. Me, I'm not boycotting shit. This is not my fight. It really isn't. Besides, this pepper steak and fried rice is banging.
Noticed is, should I wait until Asian businesses are financially struggling? I don't see how the boycott would accomplish any meaningful change. There's a lot of black people trying to boycott Asian businesses, which really irked me. Because I never see them boycotting white businesses whenever a white person kills a black person. The double standard is crazy, especially considering that white people kill way more black people than Asians do. And the reason why Asians are being targeted as a whole here is rooted in racism. In the Western world, we are viewed as a monolith, whereas whites are viewed as individuals. That's why the entire community gets punished for something only one of us does. And I know it's 100% you can tell when a black person has African immigrant parents. The biggest difference that I noticed was that they're a lot more friendly and relatable to me than the black people of American lineage. I've always noticed that whenever someone talks about black Americans, people use it as an opportunity to shit on them. It happens all the time online and it gets pretty annoying.
So the reason why I stitched all those videos together so you can get a grasp of what I've been seeing from this creator from like the last few months. So I do think
from slavery and black victimization is about to be shoved down our throats for the most ratchet holiday in America. BLM raised millions, but what did they do for black lives? It is outrageous to see people asking for reparations even though they never went through slavery. These ungrateful people should be celebrated because they were born in the greatest nation to ever exist. Here's a tip. If you don't like America, kindly get the fuck out.
I'm from Brooklyn, New York. We have a diaspora that can absorb a significant number of these migrants. And when I hear colleagues talk about, the doors of the inn being closed, no room in the inn, I'm saying, I need more people in my district, but just for redistricting purposes. And those members could clearly fit.
I told Charlamagne to his face, I said, who gonna stop me? I'm gonna keep being me. Born in Brooklyn, and that get me even mad why I'm saying I gotta where I'm from. Who gonna stop me? That's what ask me. Who gonna stop me?
I think it's because black people voice their frustration with it. And
no, they think they can manipulate people into feeling like they doing something wrong. No, they think they can manipulate people into feeling like they doing something wrong. No, they think they can manipulate people into feeling like they doing something wrong. That's why I said I'm gonna continue to say it, and I'm gonna wait for that big bad wolf to stop me. Cause I'm not gonna stop being me for some politically correct thing. Fuck out of here. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I think and I'm not the nigga police either. Like I got Mexican friends that say nigga more than me.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm waiting for the nigga police. Like, I'm waiting for the nigga police to come. Like, where the nigga police at? I want a big black nigga to come with a nigga police shirt and be like, yo, I don't like you saying nigga, bro. Know what I mean? Who gonna stop me? And I think if Post Malone and all these, people with a fucking, they fall under zero pressure. Yeah, well, like, as a black person, what you want us to say? How do you want us to answer that? I'm sorry.
No. It's not like
what you want us to say, yo?
No. It's not like a I'm sorry thing.
No more.
It's just like,
yo, when it's my camera.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna give you the answer you want. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not gonna say it no more. I'm fucked up. Damn, I lost all my endorsements. I lost my fucking bounty commercial. Sorry, I'm never gonna do it again. Fuck out of here. You see how clown that shit is? I'm not doing that, bro.
Yeah.
Niggas not doing that.
And we've seen it from every group, every nationality, and every shade of brown, black, red, yellow, white. But we've all seen it. And you all feel comfortable doing that because of what you call white supremacy. But what you don't understand is they're going to take your anti-black American sense.
If only this reached the consensus of all African and Caribbeans, everybody from Jamaica, Trinidad, Haiti, and Africa, if this meet your consent, since the black American want to go to war, let's try, let's see. All of us, let's call out one day from work, all of us across the United States, all immigrant call out from work. Yes. If they want to go to war, let's see what they can prove. And also, all immigrants, like your businesses from all Black Americans. Simple as that. Don't let them go into your grocery store. Don't let them go into your restaurant. Don't let them go into your salon. You want to go to war? We will. And also, we can ask all our African doctors, yeah, boycott all Black American treatment. Like I said, you don't want to go to war with African.
Gather all of you in one place. If I could gather all of you in one place with a strap to my chest.
Dirty, what's your background? You American? Dirty Black American?
Wait, what?
Huh? She just said that? I did. A dirty Black American. I sure did. Because that's what y'all are.
My mother's Jamaican. My father's Panamanian. You have a lot of Black people in this country who are not descendants of the American slave trade. So I already know off top, there's a lot of Black people in America who aren't going to be able to get that kind of benefit or get reparations.
Well, most people who are for reparations, they feel like it should go to what they call foundational Black Americans anyway.
And I agree with that point. But I'm just saying, I'm just laying out, these are the reasons for why I'm no. So now
you do support reparations for what Leonard just deemed as, quote, foundational Black Americans?
No, I don't.
No.
But I want to explain
Okay.
that. I want to explain that.
And I want you to listen to what I said again. Black American.
Most of the people that we meet, especially African Americans, they don't even know their fathers. They don't even know their fathers. It was all of them, most of them were the product of one night stand. One night stand. They will tell you, I don't know my father. Well, who named you? Whose name are you carrying? Well, my mother chose his name for me. I don't know. Is that what we want for our ummah? No. كلهم أو معظمهم أبناء الزنا. أبناء الزنا. Why? Because man, he has to give up the seed. And because the marriage will limit them, they will go from one to another to a third. You know, subhanAllah, it's one of the African American brothers.
Immigrants built this country, literally. So this is for them, for all children of immigrants. This is also for those who came to this country in search of better opportunity to be a part of a nation that promised freedom for all and equal opportunity to everyone willing to work for it. Thank you for bringing your culture, your music, your stories, and your traditions here. You give America color. I love y'all so much. Thank you.
African Americans built this nation. You built this nation. You know, you're just starting to get real credit for that.
There's a clip going around of Donald Trump talking about how great American innovation is. And everything that he named that America invented, it was a Black person that invented it.
This is a nation that invented the light bulb, the telegraph, the television, the telephone, the computer chip, the smartphone, the GPS, the integrated circuit, and even the internet. Basically, we invented everything.
GPS is a Black woman. 3D imaging is a Black woman. Laser eye surgery is a Black woman. Escalators a Black inventor. Elevators a Black inventor. The roller coaster is Granville T. Woods. Roller coaster, everything.
Internet, the cell phone.
The cell phone. I was just watching the thing on the cell phone. Our video games is Jerry Lawson in Silicon Valley. They try not to mention him, but he's the reason why we have Xbox.
And now they're going to frame that as unpatriotic. And now that they've set the precedent to start denaturalizing naturalized citizens for crimes like fraud, drug dealing, and sexual assault, well, treason, or threats to national security, are gonna get a lot of y'all walked up out of here for your behaviors online. So when you've got Jackie Chan online talking about if y'all don't do XYZ, you're gonna piss us off and there's gonna be a race war. Or you got China Mac talking about well, Black people, y'all niggas need to be accountable for the crime that Blacks commit, when the Blacks that every one of those instances that he used, they all went to prison, while Rick Chow, who shot a 14-year-old in the back, walks free. And hey, it is what it is. I'm not even here to debate that. But all I'm saying is I've been saying this was coming for the last couple of years. And here we are, and everybody said I was crazy. And I tried to warn everybody that they was going to spin the block, just like with the PPP loans, and the block is spun. But I get to walk around and be non-bothered because I did everything I was supposed to do, and I didn't move anywhere illegally, and I didn't disrespect anybody in their homeland. So I ain't got nothing to worry about because I'm home. And for all of you that are home too, read the room and pay attention to what they've been saying to you. They don't want your dollar, even though they need it. They're not going to give you the respect at all, no matter what you say or do, because everybody now says that we're chimping out, that we're the problem. And hey, everyone's entitled to feel how they want to feel because they have freedom of speech. But that freedom of speech does not absolve you from freedom of consequence. So now the consequences is all the anti-black American sentiment that y'all felt so comfortable beating your chest and saying out loud for the world to see. Now got a target on your back. And the group of people that helped you even be able to get the opportunity to flee from your countries instead of staying home and doing the work that we did here, because we built something for y'all to come to. When we was getting left on trees as strange fruit, there was not another country on earth where any of the diaspora or individuals, the POC, had built up where we could run to and hide from our problems. Nah, we got it up out the mud. We stood 10 toes down and continue to do so. And after we did so, we had legislation crafted so that you could immigrate here. And then the government redlined us after that, after using us. Word to APAC. And now here we are. The people that they gave government funding to open up businesses in our neighborhood to undercut us are now talking shit about, I wish you motherfuckers would boycott us. Do you ask to see what's going on? And then you have members of that community then further gaslighting us. The women are getting online talking about some black women ain't shit and these bitches don't raise their kids. Others calling for race wars because everybody's watching our pockets. Then you got people gaslighting us saying that accountability, when who's skirting accountability? Then you've got your allies from the LGBTQ coming in talking about, oh, we're monkeys and chimp. We've got the Africans, the Caribbeans, we've got the Southeast. You name it, everybody's come out and shown their whole ass. Now's the time for us to stack our tools and fuse. And all these empty businesses all over all the communities nationwide, because they got shut down after COVID, the pandemic, and then the influx of all these migrants that all these Democrat epicenters had to transfer all that funding. Because remember, Eric Adams put American citizens out of the hotels so that they could put these fleers into hotels and then give them millions upon millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of our tax dollars. While what we saw happening in Minnesota and many other states, that people have been blowing the whistle since 2018. And now here we are. So Black America, it's our time to get back to what we had and to truly show and prove who we are. Because clearly, these motherfuckers like playing in our face and they need a little bit of reminder. So if we fought to get them in here, it is nothing to create legislation to get those that want to be disrespectful out. Yeah, it is what it is. Realize. Transparency forces accountability. Eyes to the stars, head on a swivel. We're in a diabolical den of demons, aka the Viper's Pit.